thank you again for joining us here for our Outlander After Show here on theStream.tv. I am your host, Keetin Marchi, and we have the whole panel back again today. Miss Jennifer Barnes.
Hello.
Say hi, Jen.
Hi, how's it going,
Oh,
guys?
hey, it's
Oh,
Jen
hey.
Barnes.
And hey, Jen Barnes. Who would have thought that she'd be here today?
And our resident Outlander, as always, Mr. Ryan Hooks.
Who, me?
You.
Resident Outlander?
You are the resident
Hey guys,
Outlander.
how's it going?
Absolutely.
Thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Well, as we've all been tweeting all week, Blackjack is back, and whoa.
Like, what the what?
Like, this episode was a lot to handle. So, you know, I think we just need to kind of jump into it. Wentworth Prison. It was a lot. It was a lot. Woo! Those opening shots of the torture devices. I think that kind of set us up for the tone of the entire
creepy.
episode. Really creepy.
Christian Grey's got nothing on him.
Oh God.
Oh, nothing on him.
It's not even Kristen Grey though. Like people are comparing him to what's his name, Ramsay Bolton from Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
I don't even
Really
know.
effed up. Really effed up, Jack
It's
Black.
okay, yeah.
It has been. Well, I mean, honestly, one of the things that really messed with me the most in this episode was the hanging scene. I felt like they spent a lot of time on seeing these men die, and it made me feel like not fully what Jamie felt like, but like Jamie watching all these men going up to their deaths and a lot of them struggling to die. It was a lot.
Yeah,
What did you guys
especially
think?
Taryn's death.
Goodbye, Taryn.
It really,
No,
I think it
that
really
was
set
so
the tone
sad.
though for the episode because you came in and it was sort of grim and gray, and then you knew that what was going to happen the rest of the episode, and I think it put us in a mood like early on to be like, ugh,
This is going to be a dark episode.
this is going to be a dark episode, and you knew right away.
Yeah.
I felt like the whole hanging thing was a little. I've never seen a hanging scene like that as realistic and to show as much as they show
Well,
and
and the
talk
fact
about it
that-
as honestly.
Yeah, and the fact that they hung on Jamie, watching Taryn
Yeah.
for so
As he
long,
was
like they
struggling because
stuck.
his neck didn't break
Yeah.
like everyone else's, and
Yeah,
he
and
was
so
struggling.
Jamie's like up there with them about to put the noose around his neck, and Taryn's still struggling. That was really rough.
It was.
know?
I was very disturbed by it. Very disturbed. I don't know about anybody else, but I mean,
Yeah.
Lord. And again, you don't get that in the book with kind of Wentworth as a whole. You get those disturbing things from Jack Black. I mean, Blackjack only. Jack Black.
Yeah.
But funny enough, he comes in and he saves the day. So he ends up saving Jamie from actually getting hung. And I turned to Jen when this happened in the episode, and I was like, do you think Jamie thinks that's a fate worse than death? Is Jack Black saving somewhat his life for now, at least?
Kind of, right? It's kind of like he saved his life only to make
Only to
it
make it
worse.
Well, and
Yeah.
then later when he's in the prison, he says to him, like, just submit to me, and I'll hang you. Like, you'll die quick. It'll be easier than what I'm gonna do to you.
Well,
Right.
opposite of Mr. Jamie Fraser saying goodbye to Taryn and also saying hello to Jack Black, we have Claire and company. Claire riding and trying to fight to the rescue. We see her meet with Sir Fletcher Gordon, who is. I really liked this character. The guy who played it, it's a very small role, but man, did he own it.
You
and
know
he was
who played it?
Who?
He was the guy from Doctor Who inspired this Scottish character for Diana Gabaldon.
Really?
Yeah, that's who played it.
Yeah, 'cause
That's
Doctor Who was a big
awesome.
influence on her
Yeah.
and all the writings.
He
That's
played
so
he played
cool.
a 1740s Scot in Doctor Who, and she says that's pretty much about all the inspiration she got from him. But yeah, that was him. Isn't that cool?
That's really cool that they got him in this. And he did such a good job. I really enjoyed that character, and I enjoyed how Claire, again, using her intelligence, seeing
Seeing the
Bible, becoming this very Christian woman like that. Just
Yeah.
Upper class.
I love that line
English
when he was
woman.
like, that line made me laugh when he was like, I knew you, right when you came in through the door that you were a Christian woman.
As soon as you came in the door.
Yeah.
I could tell.
That was funny.
I mean, and Claire is trying very hard to get to see Jamie, who she says is a cousin or a friend or
An acquaintance.
an acquaintance that she wants to go meet and kind of talk to for his family. And when she's not allowed to, she's given his box of effects, and we see her leave the prison. And she's trying so hard the entire time to be strong and not emotional in front of Sir Fletcher, but she can barely hold it till she walks out the door and we see her vomit and Murtaugh.
That was really rough.
That was real.
Getting his box of effects like that.
That made me
But
like
knowing he's
tear
still
up.
alive too.
Yeah.
So.
And that she can't get to him.
But
Ugh.
I mean, because basically they're saying, yeah, he's dead. He's basically dead.
Like
Here are
telling
his
her that
effects.
she has no chance to rescue him.
Yeah.
Until Mr. Angus and Rupert, who I love them. They're
Oh,
like,
yes.
they're
I
my
hated
favorite.
them at first.
I know,
was
I
like,
know.
"You douchebag,
Yeah, they're all just
hey."
playing. They're playing
Playing
poker,
dice,
laughing,
drinking,
drinking,
having
and
fun.
Jen and I are like, what the hell are they doing?
Yeah, I know.
But little did we know that they were actually getting a lot of valuable information, and technically the information that leads to Claire finding Jamie in the dungeon.
In Wentworth,
Yes.
yeah.
Dun, dun. So Claire goes back into Wentworth prison and is able to talk her. Well, she goes back this time with Murtaugh, who is her manservant.
I love the look he gave when he said, "Oh, my manservant." He's like, "What?"
But he knows. Murtaugh's definitely willing to put himself on the line more so than these other guys. He's going in there with Claire, and she's able to get that guy to leave so she can kind of search for the keys, and then turns out he had the keys. So Murtaugh knocks him out, Claire grabs him, and she goes. And she finds Jamie fairly quickly for as big as Wentworth is, I think.
Yeah, well,
she
that
hears him
guy
scream.
helped
Yeah,
her,
the guy
but-
helped her, but still.
She hears him
Like,
scream too, I think, because they showed a scene where he was like, she was looking for him, and then there was a scream from Blackjack torturing him, and she like hears it. And I in my mind, I felt like she heard it and knew it was him
Yeah.
and went to him, versus like still
see
searching
that.
for him.
honestly, there's nothing that's more kind of cringeworthy to me than like a man in agony screaming, whether it's over sadness or over pain. And oh my God, seeing my love, Jamie Fraser, I just
Well,
couldn't.
seeing his, yeah.
Like I just sick. It just made me sick to my stomach. Like, Jen knows. I
Yeah.
was like,
Well, and seeing his hand mangled like that, I mean, that's never going to be a perfect hand again, guys.
no, it's not. It's not.
That hand's done.
And just to see the way that Blackjack is getting in his head, and he's almost like a snake. Like, I wanted him to start. He reminded me of, what's his name from Harry Potter? The guy
Severus
who
Snape?
no, not Severus, but the one who like does that thing with his tongue. It's like, you know who I'm talking about?
Oh, the son.
Yeah, the son. Yeah, he reminded me of that, and it really creeped me out. And but again, everybody's been saying an Emmy for Outlander, an Emmy for Tobias Menzies. I mean, gosh, where these actors had to go. This episode was so dark, and they did such a phenomenal job.
And
at
we
it.
still have the finale left.
I know.
It's still my broken
Well,
heart.
I mean, Claire does finally get there in time. Like, she finds Jamie, she wakes him up, she starts to kind of get him somewhat out of his chains, and then
You get kind of hopeful.
you get hopeful. You're like, yay, she's gonna save him.
She's going to get him out of there. And
And then Blackjack comes
Blackjack
back.
again.
He's gross. I hate him.
It's amazing.
I mean, yes, he's gross in like the best way possible, but like, and that's what I think is the difference between him and Ramsay Bolton. I hate Ramsay Bolton. There's no redeeming qualities about Ramsay
That's
Bolton.
true.
And like, there's something about Blackjack that I still find somewhat charming and like I'm drawn into. It's weird.
He has like two personalities.
Yeah.
The one he shows the rest of the world and the one he shows his victims.
Well, and there's still like a level of like class and nobility to him that you like. Like, you like the way that he's honorable still, even though he's like weird
I
and
would
creepy.
not call him honorable.
Even though he's weird
in
and
any
creepy,
way.
he does honor. Like, he
breaks so many
He agrees to
rules.
do things. Like, he was like, okay, if you're making a deal, I'll let her go, and he agrees to honor a deal, even if it's weird and creepy. But
yeah,
he still is.
because the deal is in his favor.
Yeah, he finally he finds a way to get Jamie to break. The
Yeah.
one way to get Jamie to break is to mess with Claire, which again, Jamie, he's such a good man. But we
No,
see
that
that
was so-
what grosses me out so much though is that Blackjack kissed him and then Claire goes and like obviously she needs
Well,
to say
that's
goodbye.
kind of like
but,
a big F you to Blackjack,
Yeah.
I think, because it's like, you may have messed me up and just kissed me and stuff, but I'm still going to like kiss Claire, you know, the person I actually love, and kiss her, say a proper goodbye.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as a proper goodbye could be in that circumstance, but You know what I mean.
I know what you mean. There's a lot of weird little sexual moments in that.
The licking of the back, that was apparently, I saw Diana Gabaldon, she wrote on her Facebook that was all Tobias Menzies' idea to do that when he was getting into the scene. And I was like, oh my God.
When he also does the scene earlier on when he like has him grab his junk and he's like touching himself with it and
it was rough.
Why do you give me that weird look?
It was a lot.
That was like an extreme look from you.
I mean, that was a heavy episode.
I don't think you needed the hand motion.
I needed the hand motion. Like there, the hand motion, so everyone knows what I'm doing, you know?
Anyways, all hope seems lost for Claire, but as Claire is, she's very, very stubborn, just like any other Fraser, now that she's a Fraser. And when she goes back to meet up with the men, she's still not giving up. She's still saying, you know what? We're going to save him. There is a way to do it. How are we going to do this, guys? Rallying the troops, trying to get more people to help. And she meets Sir Marcus McRannock. McRannock?
I mean, McRannock?
McRannock?
I think McRannock.
I think it's McRannock.
I'm not going to say it.
Sir Marcus McRannock, who we find out has some history as well with Jamie's mom.
Yet another suitor of Ellen Fraser.
Does everybody love Jamie's mom?
I mean, she's
Do we get a flashback with Jamie's mom?
I really want to see what she's like.
So
yeah. She seems like a rock
star.
star.
That would be cool if they did a flashback.
I would really, really love to see Jamie's mom. Because apparently that's who he looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
that's then that would be perfect for all us Outlanders who want to see Jamie's mom. That's what we need. Bring us Jamie's mom.
And, you know, McRannock says he's not going to give him any men. He's not going to help, which makes sense. I mean, he has valid points, you know, but he's not going to, like, turn them away. He's going to let them obviously stay there.
He'll shelter them. He'll
But
help
then
them.
clever Murtaugh, sees the cows and has an idea.
And we all wonder what that idea is.
What is that idea?
Guys?
What is the idea with the cows?
Is that a book thing? Do we know?
Well,
yeah,
it's a book
Then you guys
thing.
already know.
We do know, but
I don't know, and I'm really wondering what's going to happen with the cows.
Exactly.
What do you think is going to happen with the cows?
Have you ever seen the movie The Rundown with The Rock and Sean William Scott?
No.
There's a scene where he like comes into town with all these cows and like rushes the city, and he's like behind him with guns, and he shoots all the men and like captures him. Obviously there won't be guns, but I feel like all the cows are gonna come run into the prison so they can sneak in the back and like make a distraction. Maybe.
Clever, Ryan. Well,
We'll see.
Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back with all of your fan questions.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
So
this is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot. I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone.
Hold on.
Bro.
The more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy. It was hot. It was heated. I was into it.
You are going to be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama. Tell her, go ahead and turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on theStream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
Here at the Outlander After Show here on theStream.tv. Thank you guys so much for watching us live and commenting. Jen, do you want to do a couple shout outs real quick for us?
Yeah, totally, guys. Thanks to MQ, K. Racine, Fawn Johns, Ayana Smith, and everyone else who's commenting right now live with us.
MQ, thank you for feeling me on the Ryan hand
motion.
motion.
The hand gesture was necessary,
And
okay?
MQ said something cool. She said the hanging scenes totally upped the ante on the imminent danger Jamie was facing. Wow, and then BJR rides in like the Lone Ranger.
Ooh.
The Lone Ranger.
But he is not a knight in shining
No.
armor. Ryan, can you give us some fan questions from this week's Twitter?
I can give you some fan questions.
you.
First of all, guys, thank you so much for watching us today on theStream.tv here at the Outlander After Show. We appreciate you guys very, very much. And without you, we wouldn't have a show. So make sure you click the link right here and subscribe. And make sure you check out our Twitter questions, because I'm here all week long tweeting at you guys. All right, so one of the first questions I really enjoyed was from Purple Iris 13. And she wants to know, what is your take on the Blackjack Randall's fascination with Jamie?
I think what it is basically it's a pride thing for Blackjack. I think he literally gets off.
Literally gets off on it?
On hurting people, and the fact that this kid has never, like, Blackjack has never gotten to him and never broken him. I think that just irks him.
Like, he didn't break him in the flogging.
Yeah.
So he's like still kind of like
He
got
has to do that
hunger
before
for
he'll let
it,
him die.
right?
Yeah.
It's like he's the only person that's ever outwitted him, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's it. And Blackjack doesn't want him to have the satisfaction of being able to
But
die
also
without
just
breaking
allowed him to like not just outwit, but also like to own him. Like he wants to own Jamie, you know?
Oh, yeah, he does.
Stop it.
Ryan.
Move on, Ryan.
Oh,
That's
let's move
gross.
right on. All right, Purple Amethyst wants to know, if Claire didn't show up at Wentworth, would Jamie have had a better chance escaping Blackjack Randall?
No.
Absolutely
She
not.
would have been done.
Yeah, SOL.
Yeah.
You think he would be dead?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think there is any way of him getting out
Unanimous
of there.
then. Blackjack
think-
Randall would have killed him.
No, I think Blackjack Randall would have tortured. I don't think Jamie would have ever given in to him without the Claire ante, but I think Blackjack would have tortured him basically to death.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
There you have it. All right, so this one is from our friends over at the Grant O'Rourke fan club.
Oh,
the
hello.
Grant O'Rourkers.
Grant O'Rourkers.
There's two questions for them, actually. So one of them was, what was the hardest moment for you to watch in this week's episode?
The nailing of the hand.
Yeah.
That was
hand.
rough.
I think the nailing of the hand was probably the hardest part.
Oh,
And
and
the hanging.
Jamie's face when
The single
he's
tear.
when he's just standing there and Blackjack's behind him and he's like, I think it's after he's submitted and he's just standing there and Blackjack's starting to
Cut his
kind of
shirt
cut
off.
his
In
shirt
terms
off.
of like
yeah.
emotionally hard, when they're saying goodbye, that was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So
Really, really, really heartbreaking.
Well, I don't like to end things on a sad note, so the other question that the Grant O'Rourke sent us is, what was your favorite comedic break in the tension of this week's episode? Because there were a lot of fun moments as well to like up and down our emotions.
That's a really good question.
you know, I laughed when Blackjack Randall was like, "Yes, you should have." When she was like, "I should have
I
slit
should have
your
killed you when I had a
throat."
chance.
Yeah, I should have slit your throat at Fort William. He's like, "Yes, you should have," and I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
I like the part where they were hanging, or when they were hanging, before they were about to be hung, and they were standing there talking about. He's like, the thing that disappoints me the most is Claire's gonna be mad at me that I got myself killed.
Yeah.
And I can just hear her in the back of my mind yelling at me. And then he's like, leave it to a woman just to, make you feel bad, even though you can't go peacefully to death.
I loved that the episode was so intense and so emotional, but then we were able to end on Murtaugh's face with a, I have an idea. And you could just see it, and that was kind of a great, like, whew, okay, it's not all is
It's not
lost.
done yet.
We're gonna keep going. It
Ending on a
sucked that,
hopeful note.
it definitely ended on a hopeful note, which, thank God, after what you put us through.
And kind of comedic with those cows. I mean, what can you do with cows?
No.
There's a lot they can do with cows. In terms of saving Jamie, of course.
Awkward silence.
Awkward silence.
Oh,
But don't forget to, next week we do have a week off before they air the finale.
I'm heartbroken. We only
So we
have
have to
one episode
wait because of Memorial Day.
left. Oh, we only have one episode left. I wish they would do like a special making of episode next week. Come on, Starz, give us something.
Give us something.
They're just
please.
showing all the episodes, I think. Just like.
A recap of all.
Marathon.
I think there's a marathon. That's what I've heard.
Marathon. Okay, I think we're just.
That's
about
what I
out of
have
time.
for Twitter questions. Thank you again, guys, for
Thanks,
tweeting at us
guys.
all week. Make sure you keep sending us questions using the hashtag OutlanderAS all week long. We'll be all 2 weeks long, really. I'll be,
I know.
Yeah.
tweeting you, thinking about you guys, taking pictures with Pocket Jamie.
Do you know what?
While I drink my Hubert's lemonade.
And while they do the marathon next week, you guys tweet at us about previous episodes. Let's keep the conversation going. Especially we're gonna do a couple book club shoot. So let's talk about it. Keep it going. But thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight live. We love our fans. We love you guys. We love our fellow Outlanders. Until 2 weeks, right?
2
See
weeks.
you guys in 2 weeks. Thanks.
Bye.
See you then. Bye.
For more Outlander After Show, hit that button and subscribe. You know you want to on theStream.tv.